Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Joji Chai, a J1 visa teacher here in New Mexico, and I'm teaching in an Indian reservation, and I know that it took me a while to post another video or to do another vlog to our Filipino teacher aspirants in the Philippines. I'm here today with my two best colleagues. They're Native Americans and they're gonna introduce themselves. So I will be asking questions about how to deal students' behavior when it comes classroom management, and aside from that, how to collaborate with teachers. So they're gonna be giving tips and advice later, so you better stay tuned and enjoy.
Hi, my name is Alexander Wanika. I am To'Adjali Community School Social Studies teacher for grades 9 through 12. I'm also on the leadership team, and I am head of the secondary department at our school. I'm also the student council sponsor for high school, and I teach here in To'Adjali, New Mexico, which is near Albuquerque, and I've been teaching for 6 years.
Yate Shay Katrina Nazinchia Kachini Shlo Twitch 80 Bashichin Ashin Dashinale Twe Gline Dashache. Hello everyone, my name is Katrina Naz. My clans are the Red Running to the Water people, born for the Bitterwater clan. My maternal clans are the Water Flow Together clan, and my paternal clan is the Salt People clan. So I'm the Director of Family Engagement here at To'Adjali Community School. So I service the family engagement component, and I also do case management services for children birth to 5 with developmental delays.
So Ms. Katrina, as the Director of the Family Engagement, what are your tips or advice that you can give to our Filipino teacher aspirants in the Philippines who dream to be here in the US and teach here when it comes to classroom management, or most especially when it comes to teaching Native American students in an Indian reservation?
So one thing I would really like to emphasize for some individuals that are coming to work on the Navajo reservation or any tribes on the res. So it's my first thing would really find that either mentor teacher, or I would say a support on individuals that is very familiar with the culture, so they're able to give you guidance, and not only that, give you tips, resources on how to work with students within their own reservation.
Some of the tips I would give to new Filipino teachers teaching in the United States for the first time, specifically on Navajo reservations, is I would reach out to some of the elders and ask them for guidance on how to deal or manage Native American students. They'll give you some helpful advice. Also, a lot of times in BIE schools or Navajo Nation schools, you'll be thrown into a classroom without a lot of administrative support. If you have other Filipino teachers around, ask them for some guidance. But there are teachers who are willing to help you. If they see that you're struggling and you're having a little bit of a hard time, don't be afraid to ask. And also, don't be afraid to accept help. People are willing to help you. And it's this long and hard role to become a veteran teacher, but you can do it.
Another thing, Mr. Wanika, is that our Filipino teacher aspirants are so scared when it comes to dealing behavior of students in the United States, because we know that our Filipino students are like a bit different from your American students here. So how are you gonna manage those kind of behavior inside the classroom?
One of the biggest differences that I've seen between teachers, and not just like new Filipino teachers, but all teachers, is classroom management. How students respect you, how the respect that is given both ways, it is between you and the students. Students, if they don't respect you, they will eat you up. They will eat you alive. They will make you cry. They'll make you sad. They'll hurt your feelings. But what you have to do as a teacher and an adult, you have to build a working relationship with your students. If you don't build that working relationship, your classroom is going to fail. And it's not as scary as you think. Just having a conversation with the students, you don't have to be their friend, but giving respect both ways, not only starts with the student, but it also starts with you. And I think having conversations with your students will help you build relationships with them. And that'll in turn help your classroom.
So another advice I would also give to Filipino teachers is the number one thing is just be yourself. And a lot of times our kids come from various different environments and they go through many different things just like any other individual out in the home. So you just have to be really sincere. You got to show empathy. And a lot of times, a lot of these kids, they just need praise and encouragement.
So yes, guys, Miss Katrina is the director of the family engagement, and she usually talks during professional development, and I usually tag along with her. So we're working together, but then I want you to learn something from her when it comes to working with colleagues and parents, because I know that those are also like some of the concerns that we have, especially if it's our first time working in a foreign country. So take it away, Miss Katrina.
So first and foremost, I would say communication is key. Communication can be, just making sure that you're updating and contacting staff, like what you're doing, what kind of projects you're working, and in between those, what you also would do is make sure you provide some type of follow-up, because everybody, if you want a certain project, task, assignment, things done, you actually need to make sure that everybody's on the same page. So if you don't have one individual that's not, in the loop of what you're doing, then whatever task you were, or a mission that you're assigned to do, it kind of throws that off. So for me, a lot of times is really just giving that communication, whether if it's through, in person, through staff meetings, like when we have the PLCs, our professional learning committee meetings, or it could also be through email. So it's just that simple, some type of form of communication. As far as with families, a lot of times the best way for you to get into someone's heart, I guess you can say that, is really using your native language. So if we do have another Filipino teacher coming here, to work in a native community, the best thing is just learning the simple greetings. Just saying, like, for example, hello, yate. So if you say that simple word to like someone in our community, like an elder, a parent, even, a staff member that's fluent, that's where you start building what we call which is kinship. And that's one of the very most important key components that we do have in our culture. And so at the beginning, when I did my introduction, so I did my clans. So if I were to go to another part of the reservation, or if I were to visit another state, even on the East Coast, and I meet another native there, and I just do my introduction of my clan. We, with this individual there, we could be related through our kinship, and that's where a lot of times we connect. So no matter where we go, even if I were to one day go to another country, maybe visit the Philippines, and I do come across another native, I could actually run into family, just, based on a simple greeting. And so that's the reason why our native language is important. So with the Filipino teachers, I find that when I do converse with them, there's a lot of similarities, which is nice. I mean, every day we learn each other about each other's culture and the simple words. So that's one thing that I could probably say and highlight to you.
So, Mr. Winika, you've been working with your Filipino colleagues for like 4 years already. So, what are your general impressions about working with the Filipino colleagues?
So I work with a number of Filipino people in different capacities around our school. A few most of them work really, really hard. They all try to do really good jobs at anything they do. They try to do a good job. But I've worked with about 2 or 3 who are really, really special to me. We do a lot of extracurricular activities together, student council being one of them. I'm also on the leadership team with a few of them, and they really work to try to improve the learning environment here at Tajale for our students.